Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. This is Pamela Pedrick, and I'm coming to you live from my home here in Florida. And it is day two of the Healthy Holidays Workshop, helping you to not just survive, but to thrive this holiday season and not gain the typical 5 to 10 pounds of holiday fat that many of us can gain during this time of year. So, as you're hopping on, whether you're watching live or the replay, let me know where you are tuning in from. And what questions do you have about the content of the workshop? Now, the questions, if you have questions about yesterday's content, that's up for grabs. And then for today's content as well. So today we talked about the perfect party in strategy. Yes, and I gave you very easy to implement strategies. And also I gave you some behind the scenes, I guess, when it comes to marketing for some things during the holiday time, like when it comes to the psychology of color and how we can truly know how to party properly, or to whether you're hosting or going to someone else's house for the holiday season, and strategies that help you to not overindulge or go overboard when it comes to eating those sugary treats that are we often have during this time of year. So, as I mentioned before, from Halloween all the way to New Year's Day, the typical American gains about 5 pounds of fat, about 5 to 10 pounds, 5 to 7 pounds, and but it's fat. It's not. It's just fat, right? And it can take up to April to lose that weight that you've gained if you lose it at all. So that means if you do make New Year's resolutions when it comes to weights or fitness, and you might want to lose some pounds, now you got to add some more to the goal. I'm not just saying. I've made the same New Year's resolutions 10 years in a row when it came to weight loss, but I always had to add the weight that I gained over the holiday time. Let me know if you can relate to that one. So today's strategy is all about how to party perfectly, perfect partying strategy. Yes. Not that you're going to party perfectly, but these are strategies to implement whether you're hosting or going to someone else's house for the holiday time. So, Thanksgiving is coming up here in the US. You can definitely use these strategies when it comes to Thanksgiving as well. So, for instance, I showed you the difference between plate sizes, right? Typical dinner plate is huge, whereas maybe a salad plate, for me, a salad plate is my plate. I'll be honest with you. A salad plate is my plate. When they showed you the plates, I ate off the smaller plate all the time because that big dinner plate is just way too big. Now, especially when it comes to Thanksgiving time, what tends to happen is we load our plates up with food. And then, us being very visual people, we tend to eat everything that's on our plates. Well, and then of course we always have room, at least I did. I made room for dessert. So now we're adding more onto our body. Yeah. So the perfect partying strategy when it comes to plate size is if you do have the option, choose the smaller plate and then wait about 10 minutes to allow your body to tell you if you are comfortably full or not. And if you're not, you're still hungry, then go back up for your seconds. The main premise of this, waiting 10 minutes is slowing down enough so that your body can definitely, so you can hear the signals that your body's telling you when it comes to, are you comfortably full or are you not? So if you are watching the live or watching replay, what questions do you have about the content for the workshop? And don't forget, Friday and Saturday is a very special training on how I'm going to share with you how you can keep the momentum going. Oftentimes when we join a workshop or a challenge and we start implementing and we kind of have momentum going and then it ends, that momentum stops. And it's very easy to go back into old patterns of behavior and no longer maintain what you had learned, what you were implementing in that momentum. So I'm going to share with you how you can definitely keep the momentum going, not only through the end of the year, but the new year and beyond as well. So yeah, today was a perfect partying strategy. And yesterday I gave the 20-minute mindfulness method. And this definitely, that strategy, by the way, I always teach all of my clients about the 20 minutes mindfulness method because you truly need to slow down our eating when it comes to that. And I gave you a journal that goes with it. And the journal is not a food journal. By the way, if you looked at it and you saw a journal, maybe food journal, it's not a food journal as writing down what you're going to eat because this is no judgment. It is simply at what point did you feel like you're comfortably full? Was it, by the way, I did 7 minutes my first time. 7 minutes. I was way like I ate very fast, very quickly, work in the ER very quickly. So it was, how at what point did you feel comfortably full? If you did, and if not, that's okay too. But it's to help you with the journal to start implementing more mindfulness into your eating so that you can start to do what's called intuitive eating. Our body knows how much food we need to eat to be comfortably satisfied and for nourishment. So if we tend to eat more of those foods that are what I call empty calories, we tend to eat more of them. Whereas we eat food that's more nutrients dense foods, we can eat less of them. Why? It's because it actually is filling us up. So also gauge like what meals where you're eating where you feel like, oh, I can definitely eat more of that, or oh, not so much, because it might be a more nutritionally dense meal that you're consuming. Where you're like, oh, I don't have to go for seconds. Like I'm comfortably full. And that helps you to start making connections between your food you're eating and how you're feeling in your body and your health and your energy. So it's not just about weight, it's also about health as well and how you feel in your body. But these strategies definitely, by the way, when I've done this challenge in the past, not only did participants not gain weight during the holidays, but they've actually lost a couple pounds during the holidays by implementing these strategies. Yes, it's definitely possible. And today was the perfect partying strategy, today's strategy as well. So any comments, any questions about the content for today's workshop? By the way, you have until Friday, this Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time, to watch the videos and to download your guides, your action guides, and to take action on this challenge, by the way. And then I do have, through the emails, if you do want to purchase, because right now you don't have the time, totally cool. I give you the option of purchasing this workshop as well, which does come with the Q&As too. So it's not just for the holiday time. These strategies can be used anytime you have a celebration, right? My birthday's in January. So yes, I use these during my birthday. Many years that I didn't, but I do now. So you can enjoy and not feel deprived. Because how many of you ever felt like, well, you're like, well, I can't eat certain things because I'm on a diet. I'm trying to watch my weight. And you're looking at all the food that is available to you during holiday time. And you're like, oh, really? And then you feel like you're missing out. You feel like you're depriving yourself. And sometimes some of the methods that are taught, you're actually starving yourself. And so you go to the party and you are literally starving. So yes, that's why we tend to eat a lot, because we go there physically, not only just physically hungry, but like downright starving. And so we tend to eat a lot more because we're hungry. So tomorrow I'm going to give you strategies on how to lower your stress, okay? Number one reason why we overindulge during the holiday times. Now, holidays can be, a very joyous time, but let's be honest, it can also be a stressful time for a lot of us, whether you're hosting, where you have visitors, and you got to clean the house, and you got to decorate. Like, how many of you ever have a little bit of a myth argument with spouse, loved one, partner? Holiday decoration time is very common, by the way, right? Get the tree out of the attic, get the tree out of the garage. You're waiting for the tree to come. Come on, let's be honest. There's at least one of you that have had that, that have noticed that. So let me know if that resonates with you at all. So, and also, even though it can also be a good stress. Let's be honest, it could be a good stress, the anticipation of the season. Meeting maybe some friends and family you hadn't seen in quite some time, right? So, which is why tomorrow's strategy, I always put this in the holiday workshop because it is a big reason why cravings can come and why we eat too much. And then remember yesterday I mentioned the carbohydrate hangover. Yeah, because we're eating too many carbs, too many sugary foods, and then we feel like crap the next day and difficult to get out of bed. So it's very similar to like when you're drinking hangover, except it's all from carbohydrates from the food that you had the night before. So remember, if you haven't experienced that, great. But think back to the times where you felt not your best, like literally like crap, like your energy's low, you feel horrible, maybe a little headachy, maybe a little nauseous, and think back to what you had eaten the night before, because potentially it's food driven. It's not just carbohydrates, it's the type of carbs as well. All right, so the link to the special training is in the emails for you. There are 2 times. There's Friday at 1 p.m. and Saturday at 10 p.m. Now, the system will default to the first or the next available time, which is Friday. However, once you click that green button and there's a screen to put in your information to sign up for it, at the top under events, you can click on it and then actually choose the Saturday time. I know for some reason that's just how the system works. It's a little confusing, but you can definitely change the date so you can choose the Saturday time if that time works best for you. Potentially there might be a replay. If there is a replay, you do have to be registered for that, for the workshop. So if like neither times work for you, but if just sign up just so you can have access to the replay if the replay goes out, by the way. So you have until Friday, 7 a.m. that is Eastern time, to watch all the video content. So tomorrow, when tomorrow's content opens, you'll have until Friday that. So yesterday was a 20-minute meal method. Today, the perfect tardying strategy. And tomorrow, I'm going to cover the number one reason why we crave and eat lots more sugary stuff than we tend to do during this holiday time. If you're watching the replay, do post your questions below as well. Let me know who's hanging, who's been watching this, because there are participation points that are going out because I am having a contest. And what is up for grabs is someone is going to win the Metabolism Jumpstart Rev Up the Weight Loss mini course. It's a mini course. It does not include any coaching calls. It's something that you can definitely do on your own. It comes with your guidebook, recipes, really, excuse me, everyone who has gone through this and implemented has lost weight, and it's not just muscle. It's not muscle, by the way, it is fat, because a lot of diets, when you lose that initial weight, you're losing muscle with fat. We don't want to lose muscle. So the way that Metabolism Jumpstart does it is you're losing fat and not muscle, which is what we want to do. We maintain our muscle mass as well. So everyone, like Dawn lost 12 pounds, Gina lost 5, Michelle lost 14. So yeah, results with this Metabolism Jumpstart Rev Up the Weight Loss, but you need to participate. How do you participate? Is you comment on the live Q&As. They're also, I'm going to post in the group a post any ahas, inspirations, or insights about the content, and you comment on that. So the more that you participate each time, that's like one kind of raffle entry. So the more you participate, the more options you have for your name to be chosen for that. And the winner will be announced Friday, by the way. So you have until Friday, to participate and to catch up with the content. All right, so I don't see any questions. So if you do and you're watching the replay, please post them below and I will answer them for you to your health. And we'll catch you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time for day 3 live Q&A. Have a great night, everyone.